Tonight on Southwest Local News. Port Fairy Aquatic Centre to remain closed for the foreseeable future. New report released for the fire season ahead with the Southwest identified as a high-risk area. Large turnout for the walk against violence today with participants travelling for message. And in sport, the PGA Championship continued with local Mark Leishman sitting at 7 under.
Live from Silver Ball Studios in Warrnambool, this is Southwest Local News with Sharna Rogers.
Good evening and welcome to Southwest Local News. Port Fairy's Belfast Aquatic Centre is to remain closed for the foreseeable future, with the Moyne Shire confirming it has no plans to continue operating the facility. It was closed due to the discovery of mould in the building. The building and the plant inspections conducted revealed significant financial implications, with required works estimated to exceed $2 million. In a statement, Mayor Jordan Lockett acknowledged the impact this decision would make on the community and the disappointment felt by the many residents who have valued this facility for years. While good spring rain has been welcomed in the southwest, it has also elevated the risk for the coming fire season. Victorian fire agencies held a joint press conference at the State Control Centre on Thursday to speak about the Australian seasonal bushfire outlook. This report had all warning that strong grass growth, thanks to good rain, would dry out and become fuel for grass and bushfires. Heatwave conditions and storms were also predicted once the summer months arrive. The southwest is seen as a high fire risk area.
The AFAC, the Australasian Fire and Emergency Services Council, seasonal outlook for bushfire for this forthcoming summer. And in particular, that outlook describes where there is the potential for increased fire risk as we go into the summer months. That outlook's been released today, not just here in Victoria, but right across Australia, after collaboration between AFAC and the fire agencies and the Bureau of Meteorology. What that says for Victoria is that we do have an increased fire risk for the southern parts of Victoria, including the southwest, all the way across to Western South Gippsland, and also for parts of our forested areas such as the Central Highlands, the Macedon Ranges, the Dandenong and Yarra Ranges as well.
A large cohort joined in the walk against family violence in Warrnambool today. The walk began at Swan Reserve and wound through the CBD before reaching the Capitol Cinema. Once there, a screening of It Starts With Us, which is narrated by Rosie Batty, was shown. A discussion was then held by a panel of expert speakers, including professionals from local community organisations. The walk was part of the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence.
Today is the annual Walk Against Family Violence. So we kicked off the 16 days of activism on the 25th of November, goes to until the 10th of December. And on the 28th of November every year we have a walk. It happens nationally, so there are walks occurring all over Australia. And it's to raise awareness about gender-based violence. So this year the theme for the 16 days is to unite against digital violence for all women and children.
Warrnambool Surf Lifesaving Club has some new tools to keep our beaches safe this summer. The club has taken possession of a new all-terrain vehicle, a Thundercat rescue boat and a defibrillator at the cost of $47,521. This was part of the funding allocation from the state government's Volunteer Emergency Services Equipment Program. Other Southwest organisations to be funded include Coast Guard Warrnambool and Portland, Port Fairy Marine Rescue and the Port Fairy Surf Lifesaving Club. Western District Food Share has received funding for the purchase of a refrigerated van. This van will be used to deliver food throughout the region. The grant of $82,000 is from the state government's Community Food Relief Program. The program has a total budget of $9 million with over 130 grant allocations distributed from this pool. Glenelg Shire Council has released their statement in regards to the official signing off on a new Victorian statewide treaty. This happened this week with the Governor of Victoria, Margaret Gardner, signing the treaty into law. The treaty will officially begin on December the 12th. Glenelg Mayor Karen Stevens said the treaty was an opportunity step to strengthen community connections, acknowledging the significance of this step for traditional owners. Glenelg councillors have recently undertaken cultural awareness training aimed at understanding colonisation and its impacts on Aboriginal people. Organisers of Halsey's Run are expecting more than 200 people to take part in the annual event this Sunday. The run and walk will begin and end at the foreshore and is in memory of former Warrnambool athlete Clinton Hall, who passed away in 2022. The event raises money to help Clinton's family and to provide support for other promising athletes in the southwest. Organiser Jacob Rhodes said while the event is an athletic one, it is more about bringing the community together with everyone invited.
It's open for people that that want to run it fast, or if you want to just come and be involved in the run. So there's a 3K or a 6K event, so you can choose which distance you want to do. But yeah, you can go as quick as fast as you want. But yeah, it's got that real community feel. So definitely don't feel intimidated if you haven't been doing too much running, or if you don't feel like you want to go in a race. But it's definitely more of that come and get behind the community and come and run for Clinton. Yeah, or run or walk for Clinton.
A Sunday morning walk will take on more importance this weekend in Warrnambool. The Walking Off the Wall Within event will be held at Lake Patobe from 8:30 a.m. The walk is aimed at raising funds and awareness for veterans struggling with mental health. The event was slated to be held on October, but was moved to Sunday, November the 29th. Live music, face painting, a sausage sizzle and an emergency services display will be happening after the walk. The Dennington Carols by the Merri will go ahead this year, but with one major change. The event will no longer be held by the Merri River and instead will be held at St John's Primary School in Dennington. The Dennington Community Association will host the event again on December the 5th. The carols were held along the Merri River for 25 years, with the move due to patron comfort and accessibility, while also reducing the cost of staging the event. The charity partner for this year's event is the Wish Collective. The gold coin entry for the carols will be donated to the Wish Collective for the purchase of pregnancy loss support kits. An Australian music legend has been secured to headline one of Portland's biggest community events. The frontman of Daddy Cool and Mondo Rock, Ross Wilson, will hit the stage with his band, the Peaceniks, at the 2026 Hooked on Portland event. To be held on January the 16th and the 17th, Wilson will play on the main stage at the Portland foreshore. The event will also feature a fishing competition, markets, a cooking stage and a fishing hub. Southwest Beaches have some special guests with the dawn of summer closing in, with elephant seals being spotted. And while it is amazing to witness these amazing creatures, authorities are warning people to look and not be too close, and definitely do not touch. It is illegal to touch seals, with 30 metres the absolute limit as to how close you should get, and dogs are to go nowhere near them. It is also illegal to feed seals, and if you see an injured seal, report to DECA on 136 186. That's all in general news, and after the break, we'll go to sport and then into weather. Back soon.
Pete Harris here from Lucas Brothers Butchers, home of our award-winning Great Ocean Road small goods hams. It all starts from our premier not-weighed pork, soaked in our signature brine for 24 hours. Then in our smokehouse, red gum wood chips work their magic, creating that unmistakable flavour. Once cooked, we cool, seal and weigh our hams, ready to take pride of place on your Christmas table. From my family to yours, make this Christmas unforgettable with our Great Ocean Road hams.
At the Tyre Factory Warrnambool, we stock the best range of alloy wheels to suit your ride. Steel wheels, wheel and tyre packages for caravans and trailers, and four-wheel drive wheel packages. The Tyre Factory, 180 Raglan Parade, Warrnambool.
Is it time to upgrade that outdoor chair? How's your tent holding up? Need a gazebo for that special gathering? George Taylor Stores carry all the summertime essentials that you need to make this summer the best. We'll answer your questions and have you ready in no time at George Taylor Stores.
Barrastock cares about your dairy cows as much as you do. Our top quality feeds are designed to support the best possible animal nutrition and health, maximising your production through all life stages and seasons. That's why Barrastock is truly made for milk.
B&B Furniture Plus now stock a range of adjustable beds. They have mobility aids to help you live your life to the fullest, and lift chairs for the best in comfort. B&B Furniture Plus is locally owned at 203 Lava Street, Warrnambool.
Tonight's sport is proudly brought to you by Nutrient Ag Solutions, Warrnambool and Timboon. Getting the most out of your farm. Contact the team today.
Welcome back. Making news first in sport, Warrnambool golfer Mark Leishman is well placed going into the weekend of the Australian PGA Championship. After 2 rounds, Leishman sits at 7 under. This comes on the back of a 4 under par round 1 and 3 under par today. Leishman is chasing leader Brett Rankin, who sits at 11 under. The championship is being played at the Royal Queensland Course in Brisbane.
So there's a few tough holes early on. You got 10, 12's gettable if you hit a good tee shot, but it's also a lot of trouble up there. I think it's a really good short par 4. 13, 14 are hard holes. So I was, pretty well proud of the way I did fight back. I hit some really good shots and probably could have had a few better. There was a few putts that I probably should have made and didn't. But I think everyone can probably say that out here. They're quite tricky to read, and it was a nice way to finish there. So eagle 7 and birdie 9. So happy with the start, and hopefully I can build on it on the weekend.
Cobden star Zach Merritt has stood down from the captaincy of AFL team Essendon. Merritt has captained the Bombers for the past 3 seasons. The star on-baller, who has won 6 club best and fairests, unsuccessfully sought a trade to Hawthorn at the conclusion of the 2025 season. While Merritt is now committed to the Bombers for 2026, he believes the time was the right to move away from the captaincy.
It's been an absolute honour to be the 41st Essendon captain. It's an honour that growing up it was a childhood dream of mine, running around the backyard in Cobden, and there's certainly been an opportunity that myself and family have been very proud of. It's been something sort of weighing on my mind for probably 6 to 8 months now. I feel like I've come to a position that I'm not the right person to continue, and had a really good chat with Scotty yesterday around my reasons why, and I think the club's in an amazing position to move forward. First and foremost, I don't want to be a distraction. I think there's been a number of distractions in our control and out of our control the last 15, 20 years that have taken us away from performing at the highest level and winning big finals, and I certainly don't want to be one of those come next season.
Warrnambool drivers continue to dominate at the NAPA Motorsport Asia Pacific Sprint Car Invitational in Adelaide. James McFadden won night 1 with Jamie Veal following up with victory in the feature race on night 2. The event will conclude tonight with some of the best drivers in the country tracking around the circuit. The 40-car field of drivers are racing for $110,000 of prize money on offer. Hamilton footballer Emma Carney is looking to help her team make AFLW history this weekend. Carney will line up for North Melbourne in the AFLW Grand Final tomorrow against Brisbane Lions at Icon Park in Melbourne. This will be the 3rd season in a row the Kangaroos and Lions have played each other in the Grand Final with the score 1 flag each. Carney was captain when the Kangaroos won last year's flag, with a draw during the season their own slight stumble. This season, the Kangaroos are unbeaten, and a win tomorrow would make them the first team in AFL and AFLW history to win every game of the season. A special contribution has been recognised ahead of this weekend's Terrain Gift. The women's gift has been named after Jill McKenzie, who has played a key role in developing the event. The women's and men's gifts will take place this Sunday at the Terrain Recreation Reserve, where an image of Jill McKenzie now features. It will be a big weekend for athletics in the southwest, with the Warrnambool gift to be held on Saturday at the Reed Oval. That's all in sport, and making news in weather. Today in Warrnambool, a very high chance of rain with 30-kilometre winds and a chance of a thunderstorm, up to 10 millimetres expected to fall. After the break, we'll go through and dive into the rest of the forecast for the region. Back soon.
B&B Furniture Plus now stock a range of adjustable beds. They have mobility aids to help you live your life to the fullest and lift chairs for the best in comfort. B&B Furniture Plus is locally owned at 203 Lava Street, Warrnambool.
Craving KFC? Jump onto Uber Eats and order your favourites. Delivered by us with our own delivery drivers. It's the easiest way to get KFC from your local store to your door. Order on Uber Eats today.
At Lava Street Veterinary Clinic, our team provides gentle, professional care in modern facilities. This November, enjoy a free dental check and 20% off dental procedures. Book today. Stop by 1051 Raglan Parade.
Tonight's weather report is proudly brought to you by Anchor Point Retirement Village. New homes are being built now. Book a tour today.
Welcome back around the region. It's cloudy for the weekend with a chance of thunderstorms tomorrow, thunderstorms on Sunday as well, with 35-kilometre winds on Monday. Looking further into the forecast. Tomorrow in Port Fairy, a top of 17 degrees with 4 millimetres. Showers are increasing for Sunday with a top of 17 degrees and 15 millimetres to fall. As for Monday, 17 with 15 millimetres. Mortlake, 16 degrees with 7 millimetres and a thunderstorm in the northeast. Sunday, 15 degrees with 9 millimetres and a thunderstorm in the afternoon. Monday, 10 millimetres and 35-kilometre winds from the west. In the Camperdown-Colac region, 17 degrees tomorrow with a partly cloudy day and 30-kilometre winds. And then 15 degrees for Sunday and Monday with cloudy coverage and a chance of a thunderstorm. 7 millimetres tomorrow and then 10 for the next 2 days. Along the coast in Port Campbell, 15 degrees tomorrow with a cloudy day and 3 millimetres. Showers are increasing up to 20 millimetres on Sunday with thunderstorms. Monday, 20 millimetres, becoming windy from the southwest. Home to Warrnambool, 16 degrees tomorrow with 5 millimetres, 15 with Sunday, 15 millimetres and a chance of thunderstorms. 15 degrees again on Monday with 40-kilometre winds and a max UV index. That's it from your Southwest Local News team, and thank you for tuning in, whether it be online, on podcast or on 3-Way FM. If you missed any of the bulletin, you can watch it back on demand on Fitzmedias Facebook page. Until Monday, I'm Sharna Rogers with peace, good night.